Maharishi, Maharishi Veda Vyasa said, fate and free will are equally powerful forces, but consider free will to be more important, as it is your free will that determines your fate. Maharishi Veda Vyasa was one of the greatest sages in the history of the Hindu religion. Maharishi Veda Vyasa edited the 4 Vedas, wrote the 18 Puranas, the epic Mahabharata and the Srimad Bhagavatam, and even taught Acharya, who is regarded as the Guru of Gurus. Maharishi Veda Vyasa said, fate and free will are equally powerful forces, but consider free will to be more important, as it is your free will that determines your fate. Fate, the meaning of fate, the development of events outside a person's control, regarded as a predetermined by a supernatural power. Outside, you have no control. Fate, you have no control. A free will, you are under control. Fate, you are a slave, a forced slave, an unconscious being. But a free will is a conscious being, a mastership, looking deep inside, enjoying. Deep, intimate relationship with, when you lose the deep, intimate relationship with nature, then temples, churches, masjids become important. Yes, when you lose deep, intimate relationship with your house, with your mother and father, with the brother and sister, with your child, with your family traditions, with your samskriti, with your family tree. Yes, then yes, schools, colleges, factories, multinational companies becomes very important. That is the fate. You are forced a subject into you. You study what they call it as by heart, but for me it is not from the heart. Study from the head or from the bomb. Yes, that is your fate. But a free will, you study, yes, you go deeper, practice 1,000 times in conscious state, and when the question comes, answers flows of its own. It strikes without thinking that deep down, you're deep in love with the subject. You and the subject becomes love, becomes one. When you were born, you couldn't decide about your name, your religion, or your caste. Never mind. That is called your fate. But as you grow up, they forced an education between you black and blue, and you lived in fear, and you thought fear. Yes, you are to get frightened of God. I am a God-fearing person. You have to fear even of God. God is loving. You do not have to fear. You have gone deep inside, living your culture, your samskriti, and then you went for some other samskriti. That samskriti is your TV, your mobile, which carried you deeper into an illusion, into an artificial world. That is called your fate. But when you leave that artificial world, when you have your own story, your own family where you can understand, like Ganesha going 3 times around Shiva and Parvati, he understood the whole world means he has got melted with his father and mother who has got experience of a life. You are forgotten. When you are forgotten, that is fate. When you are conscious, that becomes your free will. You lose your land. They did not allow you to even go back to your land, force you. Non-stop 100 times said a lie becomes a truth through the media, which is your holy book. Your newspapers have become a holy book. The Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita is no more. The newspapers have become the Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita. The TV has become the holy books. The stupid magazines have become your holy book. When that happens, yes, that is your fate. When you have deep down into your holy book, then it is your free will. You lost your land because you got carried away by the holy books. 100 times said a lie becomes a truth. The newspapers, you got carried and came back to the cities, and you buy a pigeonhole. Flat for 1 crore, 5 crore, 25 crore, call it a mansion. You won't allow even the sunlight to penetrate into your house. You put windows and doors, shut them out. You won't allow the wind, the pure wind, to enter into your house. You shut him off and you put an artificial fan. You don't allow sunlight inside your artificial light where you pay to the electricity board. You don't allow the rain. When you see the rain, you run inside. You get frightened. I'll fall sick. You put up an umbrella. That is the fate. Whereas a free will, you see the sunlight, you do your Surya Namaskar, you open your body in your land. The sunlight is so powerful, you sweat it out in the sunlight. When the wind comes, it enters in every part of your body in your house. You know which window to open to allow the wind to enter. When rain comes, you fill up the whole land with water, your pond full of water, you jump into the pond, into the rivers, you get carried away by the storm. You become so powerful, you and the storm, you become nature. That is your free will, the other is your fate. And then you come here, you refuses to believe the gurus, you refuses to believe the holy books, and when you refuse to believe, that is your fate. When you understand, when you are in intimate relationship with your gurus and your culture, that is your free will. This time COVID-19, it gives you a chance for you to be with your family. I think God has given that chance. World War happened. 3 to 4 years, schools, colleges was not there. Everything was demolished. Children never gone to school. But now it is not a world war, but another calamity forced by God so that you can be close to your family. Allow the children to be with the family. Let them see the love. Let the parents express the love. Let the children go deeper into understanding the culture, the Samskriti. Let them let them climb on the grandfather's shoulder, grandmother's shoulder. Let them pull and play with the grandfather and grandmother. Let them take baths together, massage together, plow the field together. That is free will. And when they knew that free will become bad for the brutal dictators, they said online classes. Already the eyes are gone, the ears are gone. That free will of looking into your nature is gone. Intimate relationship is gone. Even your wife was sitting next door. You wanted to look another girl deep down into the computers, into your mobile, another man, another child. And now with the online classes, your eyes will be gone. And then ENT specialists make more money. You are looking for slaves. You are not looking for masters. If you are looking for masters, Jesus Christ time, Prophet Muhammad time, Buddha, Mahavira, Krishna time, there was no mobiles, there was no social media, neither there was online classes. They were in intimate relationship. Deeply they were intimately having a relationship. Deeply in love with their people. And that tree which they planted stood generations after generations. Can you see that? Can you see Prophet Muhammad? It was a dry land. Jesus Christ. Generations passed. Now to see a Messiah is difficult because brutal dictators suppress you from telling the truth. Maharishi Veda Vyasa said, faith and free will are equally powerful forces, but consider free will to be more important, and it is of free will that determines your fate. This is my 64th short discourses.